Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to super clean your engine bay. I'm going to be doing this on my 2004 Toyota Sequoia, but the process is almost exactly the same for any modern car or truck. I'll not only show you how to deep clean the engine bay so that you can remove all the stains from dirt, coolant, or oil, but also how to apply a protective dressing to the engine bay components so that they look nice, new, and shiny again. So let's get right into it. I've actually been meaning to clean up the engine bay on my 2004 Toyota Sequoia for quite a long time. As you can see, there is old dried up coolant everywhere. Basically, I had a bit of an accident with my lower radiator hose which got cut, and this spilled coolant onto the radiator fan which threw the coolant everywhere. The previous owner kept the engine bay really nice and clean, and I felt really bad that this happened, so I wanted to make it super clean again. Generally, with most cars, there are a few plastic components in the engine bay that you want to remove before you start hosing everything down. This helps to make sure that the water gets everywhere in the nook and crannies and actually cleans all the places you can't see as well. On this Sequoia, I'll be first removing this engine cover which is held on by two 10mm nuts, followed by the air intake pipe. Loosen the two Phillips screws on either side of the intake pipe. This will loosen the two worm clamps, and then you can slide the tube off of the air intake manifold and the air filter box. Finally, there might be a few vacuum hoses or evap hoses that you'll have to disconnect too. The next step is to seal up all the openings we just created so that air doesn't get into the air filter box or into the intake manifold. As you can see, I'm just using waterproof masking tape for this. Before you start hosing down your engine, triple check to make sure all openings are covered up. For our cleaning agent, we'll just be using a simple mixture of Dawn soap and water. Mix the two agents in a spray bottle and then shake it so that the contents are completely mixed up. The best way to start the cleaning process is from top down, so the hood first, followed by the engine bay. As you can see, I'm not using a high pressure setting on the hose, just a regular shower spray. Rinse the hood so that all the surfaces are completely wet. Now you can go ahead and spritz the mixture of Dawn soap and water onto the hood. Once you do that, go over the entire surface with a brush so you can agitate and loosen all the dirt and dust. After covering up the whole surface with the brush and soap, you can now rinse everything off using the hose again. Dry off the entire surface with a microfiber towel. As you can see, the hood is now nice and clean, and we can move on to the second phase, which is the engine bay. Just like we did for the hood, give the entire engine bay a quick rinse with water on a low pressure setting. While you're spraying, try not to spray continuously in one area for a long time and keep the nozzle moving. Now you can start spritzing the various areas of the engine bay down with soap and water, and then using a brush to agitate all the dirt. As you can see, the soap and water mixture starts drying up pretty quickly. So we're going to divide the engine bay into small sections and work on them individually. After you're done with a certain section, wipe it down with a microfiber towel so you can avoid water spots. As you can see, the simple mixture of water and Dawn soap that we're using does a great job of removing all the dirt. Follow a similar process at the bottom of the car. Obviously, the bottom is going to be a little dirtier than the top, especially because of all the mud and dirt on the roads. Therefore, the bottom might take a little longer. Once you're done with this, we can move on to cleaning off the parts that we removed from the engine bay separately. The process is exactly the same for these as well. Honestly, it is a little easier because we have the whole part in our hands and we can maneuver it while cleaning it. If you're using a lot of water to clean up the air intake tube, make sure to leave it in the sun for a while so that all the water inside can evaporate. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the parts that we removed from the engine bay. Remember to reconnect all the hoses that you removed. and to tighten down the two worm clamps on either side of the air intake tube. Now we can move on to the third phase of this video, which is applying the engine bay dressing. The product I decided to use is the VRP protectant from Chemical Guys. I like this one because it is compatible with vinyl rubber and plastic and therefore should be safe to use on all parts of the engine bay. It's also water repellent and non-greasy, so you won't have a sticky feeling if you touch the engine bay after applying it. Before you apply it, make sure that the surface you're going to apply it on is completely dry. Squirt a few blobs of protectant onto a fresh microfiber towel and then work it into the surface like this. Make sure to spread it quite well, or else it may build up in the nooks and crannies. You can also use it on all the rubber hoses in the engine bay to give them a nice slick look. As you can see, I just finished applying it to all the surfaces and I really like how it turned out. So that brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked it and would like to watch more of my automotive DIY content, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.